Well, hello and good morning. Welcome back to another mussel fishing film. It is the morning, a very early morning. It's probably about 5:30. The sun's just come up, but we're still in the dawn period. A couple of options today, so we've got the anchor with us as well. Either we're going to anchor a wreck, possibly, again. We did that in the last video. Or we might anchor some mixed ground and try for some tope and bits and bobs. Or if conditions allow, and by about 7:30, 8 o'clock, it's really lovely and calm, then we'll go out to about 10 miles, which is quite a long way, but we've done it before. We're all like, if the weather's conditions are okay, it's okay. And we'll try for some turbot on some banks. The bycatch, if we do go to the banks, will probably be dogfish, red gurnards, maybe some greater weavers, probably some quite big mackerel, some scads, that sort of thing. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. We've got 4 rods on board. We've got lots of options, you know. We've got the wrecking option, you know, we've got the anchoring option, and we've also got the drifting and banks option. So I think today's going to be quite nice until about probably 2-3 o'clock. Because at 6 o'clock it predicts sort of 50-mile-an-hour southerly gusts. So normally that comes forward a bit. Don't know why, it just does. So I reckon probably get till about 2 or 3 o'clock today, which will do me just fine. So for now, let's go and see if we can bag up some pollock and maybe even another cod on the wrecks. First things first is to try and get some fresh bait for our anchor session. And we're going to basically utilise the dawn aspect, because mackerel and baitfish love dawn and dusk. That's when they're most active. So I'd like to be on a wreck now, don't get me wrong, but we have got to try and get some bait really for later on, because we're only going to be wreck fishing for the morning. And that dawn bite, yes, would be very good right now, but we're going to try and get some mackerel first. I'm only going to run a couple of drifts over each mark where I usually get bait, and if there's none, we'll just have to try and get some later. Right, well, we did try for some mackerel at that spot. I saw no shoals on the finder. Yeah, pretty void, no bird life, nothing. So I'm going to move on to the second mark now to try and find some mackerel. There was a lovely couple of harbour porpoise behind me, which was quite nice to watch. If you see harbour porpoise, just give them a little wide berth. They're actually quite shy. They don't particularly they don't play with you like dolphins. They're a different, I believe they're a different species. They're a porpoise species opposed to a dolphin species. Someone could correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, don't try and play with porpoises. It'll never go well. Right, let's try and go and find some mackerel. Right, so we're at our first wreck of the morning. Yeah, we were quite, to be honest with you, it's taken us an hour to really get properly fishing, really, because the tide was nothing really at the shoals. Obviously, we were trying to get mackerel, couldn't find any. There's a couple about, but just not a lot at the moment. They're a bit sporadic. So yeah, we're now going to be wrecking. This is our first drift. We're going to hit it bang on first time. And the reason is it's a wreck that I have fished before on the flood and on the ebb, and I know the drift lines so well on this wreck. I know what it's going to do. Unless there's a lot of wind, it will sort of change. Oh, fish on, fish on, fish on, fish on, guys. Not a big fish, I don't think. Might be just pouting. But we weren't even on the wreck there, guys. We weren't even on the wreck, and it's fish on. I reckon large pouting. Oh, Oh no, mackerel, that's good. Some fresh bait. Oh. Typical. We go mackerel fishing and we don't get any. We come to a wreck and we get a mackerel. So typical. And unfortunately, that drift sort of got ruined by that one mackerel, but it's a bait that I'm quite happy to receive, to be honest. One mackerel, that's one very good conger bait or tope bait. I'd actually quite like to anchor this wreck in a way today, because we'd be anchoring it on a different side to than we did last time. So we'll be anchoring it on the flood this time, so we'll be anchoring the west side of the wreck opposed to the sort of southeast side. Right, let's go and reset our drift, see if we can get a couple of bonus fish before we think about our next plans. Okay, so we've now anchored at the wreck. We are pretty well anchored actually. I've done quite a few drifts. The pollock weren't really playing ball, so I just thought, do you know what, let's get the anchor in and see if we can get a nice big conger eel. And then what we'll do, we'll do this until high, which is about midday, and then we'll go and anchor on the shoals, which is a bit further out, and we'll basically try for a tope, I think. So we'll try for a conger eel and a tope today. If we can get them, that'll be great. Tope, we'll have to try and get some fresh bait really, because we're going to end up using all our mackerel and our pouting baits, pretty much all of them today. So yeah, we'll have to try and get some fresh bait today. I might slug the mackerel feathers down at some point just to see if we can pick up some mackerel today. Right, I'm going to set up the gear. My previous video sort of discussed the gear that we're using. Very easy. Zip sliders on about that length of fluoro, just with a little zip slider, big weight, and then a sort of 3 to 5 foot trace. So nice and easy. Right, I'm going to get gear sorted, bait up, and get rod out. Got our first conger bite of the day, guys. Rod's just gone out. Yeah, fish on, just a small one. I say small, probably a double. Rod's broken. Well, that was rubbish. That was absolute rubbish. They're not very good rods, these. They're sort of ones that I was using till they broke. There wasn't actually that much pressure on it. And snappy. Oh well, not to worry. We have got a rod here, but it's quite a light rod. But that's all we've really got, which we could use for a conger eel setup. So I mean, it's rated up 2.5 ounces, so it's a very strong spinning rod, I suppose. Yeah, 28 to 70 gram. So that's what we're going to use. I won't use the fixed spool. I'll transfer over to the multiplier, but good start. Got a really good bite on the right hand rod here, guys. There, you can see it bumping. I have to apologise for the sun. Can't do much about that on anchor. Question is, how much do I want it to take it? You know, I've anchored slightly off the wreck, but I'm nearer the wreck than I was the other day. Don't want it to get into a snag, but at the same time, I do want it to take the bait. Nope. Dropped it. It's a fine line between congers. You need to let them take the bait, because once they're quite finicky sometimes. So you need to let it get it in their mouth, but at the same time, as soon as they grab it and they feel any tension, boom, they're off. They're off to their cave. So yeah, it's a fine line. Yep, he's back, guys. He's back. Oh, has he come off again? Oh, he's come off again, guys. He's come off again. Just drop it back down again, just in case he wants to come back. Damn things. Massive bite here, guys, massive bite here. Just gonna let him, just gonna try and feel him this time a little bit. Let's turn this radio off. I have a feeling they're about to have a conversation. See you later. See, I can't feel him now, but it's good because we're getting bites, so that's really good. Got about 3 or 4 decent bites already. Oh, guys, bite on the right hand rod now. Bite on the right hand rod. Bloody hell. Yeah, there's a proper one. There's a proper one. That is, oh yeah, that's a proper one, guys. That's a proper one. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Oh. And this is on the heavy spinning rod, guys, so I've got to be a little bit careful here. Fighting a bit like a taupe, to be honest. It actually could be. Could be a taupe. Who knows? Not fought like an eel, but we're on a wreck, so it wouldn't surprise me if it is. But yeah, it's just had some real diving runs. So, and the bite wasn't like a. It literally came out of nowhere. I was keeping an eye on that left one, and this one screamed off. So. And when you see a screaming run like now, it's still just trying to go. Yeah, it's not fighting like an eel. Probably is, but it'd be good if it is a taupe. That would be fun. Andrew, the I guess brother-in-law, I think that's what he is to me. I'm using your AliExpress harness here. It's working wonders just for this job. Oh, it's taking me a while to get up, guys. Come on, let's get to work now. Let's get to work. So he's coming up to the surface. Yeah, an eel. Not even that big, but oh, I say that. No, he is decent. He is quite decent. Good 20-pounder. Good 20-pounder. Right, while he's down there, I'm just going to unclip this weight so it's safe. Get the weight off. Get our weight out the way. That was a good fun fight on a spinning rod. I mean, it's a heavy spinning rod, but it was a really good fun fight. I'm going to unclip the trace. There you go, rod is out the way. Pop that down there for now. Perfectly hooked as well. So, perfectly hooked there. Oh my goodness. Shush, shush, shush. Get our T-bar. Get our T-bar. Move the bit of bait out the corner. Just on a Limitless catfish hook. Boom, out we come. That is how I like to hook my eels, if I can. Right, I'm going to pop the camera over here so you can see it here. There we go. So we've got our first conger eel of the trip. Probably about, I don't know, 15 pounds, something like that. Yeah, there we go. Woo! There we go. Nice conger eel, perfectly hooked. First one of the day. Yeah, they're good fun actually, really, really good fun. God, if I get a sort of 40 pounder on that rod, I'm going to be in trouble. But there you go. Lovely fish. Right, let's get her back. Thank you. Wicked. Right guys, I'm just going to show you how to bait up for a conger. Multiple ways of doing it. You can cut there, then you can fill it that side, take out the middle, and it has a flapper. But on this occasion, I'm going to basically cut about a third off the back, so about there. Cut that off. I'm going to cut the tail off. Tail can go in the water. That will save for another bait, but this is the bait I really want. We've got a big 8-0 Limitless catfish hook, offset hook, fantastic sharp hooks. Yeah, really, really strong, which is what you need for a conger eel. We're going to go through the gill plate, out through the top of the head, like so. It's a bit of a bad through the top of the head. Bring it through. So you've now got the hook through with the line, through the mackerel. And then we're going to pop the hook into the back of the head, pushing it down and through. Pull the line straight so it sits like that. That's perfect. So the conger eel comes along, bang. Bait elastic. Always put bait elastic on, just to secure that and make sure that that hook doesn't roll. If you don't have bait elastic, it is quite possible for the hook to roll. You know, if you've got loads and loads of baits and you're changing them every 15 minutes, then yeah, you might not need bait elastic. But I would rather put bait elastic on there and stop the hook from rolling. I also think because you've got a bit of elastic on there squeezing the mackerel together, it's squeezing the blood out. So there we go. That is a perfectly presented conger bait. We're going to connect that up to our running ledger, which is over there. Put our weight back on and chuck it out. So we're just bait collecting, guys. I've got quite a decent fish on here. I think it's going to be a bream. I'm just putting down some beakies baited with a little bit of squid. It's got to be a bream, this one. It's fought me all the way up. Yep. 2 little bream, perfect. Because there might be some quite nice ones down there. So it's worth trying. There we go, little, that's the smaller of the 2. Little black bream. And then there's the bigger one. Not big sizes, but they're all fun to catch either way. So with the bream, they're attacking it straight away. Just going to the bottom. I'm just giving them a little bit of slack and then letting them peck it a little bit, and I'll strike it when the peck's quite rapid. Oh, I think we had a mackerel on there. Damn it. Good bite on that red rod, guys. I hope you're watching it, because I'm not. Let's get the mackerel rod out of the way. Yep, there we go. Big bite. Big bite on this red rod. Trying to give it a little bit of time to develop, but not too long. Yeah, fish on. There we go. Oh, angry eel, angry eel. Angry. Jack's angry because I've got him off the wreck. It's funny, most of the bites are coming from this right hand rod. I think the right one's probably settling on the wreck better, and the one to my left is probably out a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a massive fish. It might be a double, but it's not sort of got that real heavy feel to it. It's coming up a little bit too easy at times. Again, I apologise for the sun. I don't think he's going to be a big one. Might be a double, but we'll see. Oh, he's fighting now. He's taking a bit of line there, actually. It's an eel. I can see him spinning. That's not a bad one again. Actually, it's not bad at all. This rod's just coping very well with it. There we go. The weight actually got unclipped in the fight there, so oh, it's going back out again. Right, let's sort all this out, because what I don't want to do is lose another or break another rod. That would be a bit of a problem. Unclip our trace, T-bar out, T-bar into the side of the hook when he behaves himself and stops spinning. There we go, out it comes. There we go, second conger eel, similar sort of size. It's probably about, oh, it's got to be about 15, 20, something like that. I'm gonna get that one back because he was, yes, he was a bit angry. Right, let's get another weight out and go again. Right, well, what's happened now? The wind's kicked up a little bit, not a lot, but just enough to swing us off the mark a little bit. So the wreck's sort of to our side now, whereas before we were facing it, now we've swung off it a little bit. Now, I've got about another hour and a bit until it's totally slack water. I'm wondering whether to rehaul it and reshoot the anchor just for that hour of sort of the last bit of flood to slack, but I don't know if it's worth doing, just purely based on the fact that it is slack water in about an hour and I'll have to pull up the anchor anyway. Might stick it out a little bit and just see if we can pick up another fish, but if it does go really dead in the next 10 minutes and I'm not even getting pouting down there, then I will probably, yeah, redo the anchor, just so we're on the wreck, because at the moment we're swinging off it, sadly, with that wind. Right, the anchor's up, absolutely no dramas whatsoever. So yeah, we're going to go and try and re-anchor it and actually be on it this time. Well, we were before we were on it, but unfortunately the wind swung us off, so we're going to go back and do it again. Right, so I've rehauled the anchor. We're in a better spot, but it's still not perfect because actually the drift line has totally changed now. We've got a bit of an easterly wind coming in towards our face, and the tide is now turning to an ebb, so it's also going that way. So you've got wind and tide together, which is actually meaning when this flooding tide's getting very weak, the wind is overpowering the tide, and we're sort of being pushed that way. So you can see my boat's like this. It should be like that, but it obviously isn't. It's like this because of the wind. So what I've done, I've still anchored. I've stuck it in reverse to just try and get us tucked in a little bit. I'm just going to fish one rod to that side for the conger, and that's it. It's pointless fishing two, really. But yeah, it's kind of in front of us. I might fling the other one out. I might as well, I suppose. Just if it starts turning, we're going to get into some problems. But we are in a better position on the wreck now. It's literally right in front of us now. So yeah, it's kind of coming across. So actually, yeah, that rod will be fine. Yeah, we'll get the other rod out, and we've probably got about another hour until we really have to pull in anchor and slowly move to the other mark. We're going to try for taupe, by the way, on the shoals over there.
Right, well, unfortunately the tide just totally slackened off, the anchor was getting loose, and yeah, lost the tide totally, and the wind just overpowered it. So I'm eating some meat, having some water. That's almost all I eat, is beef and water. And we're going to go very slowly over to Royal Sovereign Shoals, Pevensey Shoals, that sort of area. See if we can find some bait fish, some scad, mackerel, little bream, and then I'm going to anchor for taupe. Either I'll anchor up in between two big reefs, which is a bit nearer in, or I'll anchor on the shoals. We'll see. I think the shoals will have some different variety, so might go there for a change. But yeah, going along chilling. Just a man and his meat, water and boats. Nothing to see here.
Right, so we're just anchoring for taupe now. The area that I wanted to go was a little bit further than I thought. Conditions are fine, but I am going to sort of be heading in sort of at about 2 o'clock, I suppose, 3 o'clock. So I thought, do you know what, I'm not going to push it and go further out. We're going to come to an area that I know holds taupe, because I've had them here before. Whether we'll get any today, I don't know. Fresh bait would have been really good, but we haven't really got any of that. We've got some fresh pout, but it's not ideal. We're going to put, well, we've got 3 rods on board. I'll put 2 on taupe gear. Exactly the same rigs as we were congering, to be honest. Running ledgers, and yeah, half of a fish bait. And then I'll put the little sabikis out just with a little bit of squid, just to see if we can pick up some nice bream or mackerel or whatever might be about. So I'm just letting the warp out now, and yeah, hopefully it'll settle nicely and we can sit back, relax, and the sun's behind us now, so it's a bit nicer for you guys watching the film. Hopefully we'll pick up a couple more fish, because that would be nice. We've got first fish of the new mark just on the scratching rig. Oh no, don't worry. It's a bullass. It's another species to add to the day, I suppose. So you can tell it's a bullace because of these nasal flaps, look. You can see the nasal flaps, the two little flaps there, they lift up. That's how we know that that's a bullace. Yeah, very, very tiny thing, but look, that angry mouth. Ah, yep, alright mate. Alright then. See you later. Mr. Bullace. Yeah, we've got another fish on the scratching rig. Let's see, I reckon this will be a bream, but we'll see. Ooh, what have we got here? Yeah, a bream. There we go. Not a particularly big one, and not a particularly small one, so that one will be going back. I don't need any more bait now, I've got plenty, so yeah, that bream can go to the depths for another day. So just switched over to a Tuffy paternoster rig, just with a weight on the bottom instead of the feathers. Just with some fresh bait, and we're straight into a fish. Probably, oh, look at that. Mackerel and scad, perfect. It's weird, isn't it? Suddenly they came through. They didn't want the feathers, but they've taken a little bit of bait. Well, I'll take a bit of fresh bait, that's fine. How ridiculous. I've had feathers out there almost all day. Not had one scad, one mackerel yet. I put on some bait, just with these little Limitless chinoos. And bang, straight away. The thing is, if the bait are here, you know, the scad are here, the mackerel are here, just even sporadically, if they're not anywhere else, the tope should be here. But the wind's picked up now, you might have noticed, you might be able to hear it. That's one of the reasons why I didn't anchor further off. I said I'd come here instead, just because it's a bit nearer land, and then when I do steam it, I haven't got so much wind to go against. So yeah, it's one of the reasons why we come a little bit closer in to anchor up. A couple of fish on here, I think they're probably just big scad. Very quiet this mark, I'm afraid. Not a lot going on, apart from on the scratching rig. I don't know what this will be. It might be 2 dogfish possibly, a couple of bream, but I don't think they're bream. It's not like diving runs. I don't know, odd. Let's have a look. It's quite heavy, whatever it is, so that makes me think it might be a dogfish, but then there's a lot of plodding at times, so... Oh. Taking some gear there. Oh, what's it going to be? Yeah, dogfish, yeah. 2, oh, bream, nice bream at the bottom. Oh. 2 species there. I wasn't sure what it was because there was knocking, but then there was a dead weight, and I thought, well, the dead weight's got to be a doggy, but the knocking's bream-like. So we got an all right bream there. Not too bad. Not too bad black bream. Pop that one back, and then we've got a dogfish. First dogfish of the day. There you go. Oh, yeah, it's not tearing, guys, I'm not going to lie. I did think we'd struggle a little bit, but we're gonna give it at least another hour, just in case a pack of tope come through and they just feed on everything which is in front of them. Sometimes that happens, and if it does and you're in the right spot, you're going to catch some fish. So yeah, we're going to hold it out for a little bit longer, but it's looking like, you know, today the only real decent fish we've had is a couple of eels at anchor. I think that might be possibly what all we're going to get, but we'll see. Lob that out there, sit back and relax again. Couple of nice knocks there, guys, we're in. Oh, are we in? Yeah, we are in, but it's a smallish fish, I think. Sorry for my very casual stance there. I really am just relaxing today. Yep. Just another little black bream on the little chinnoos, little scratching rig, little black bream. We're just using a little bit of fresh mackerel and scad. Got a bite on the big mackerel, guys. Finally. Still there. Oh God. No, don't think we got him, unfortunately. I'm going to check the bait though. Oh, we have got something on, I think. Yeah, we have, but it's not big. Ah, it's a bullace. Oh, that's okay. That is not what I was expecting at all. He's taken the whole mackerel, but the good thing is he's grabbed it right on the side, so we can reuse that bait. Bullace are so aggressive, they're crazy aggressive. Strong as well, really strong. Bit bigger that time. Nice little bullace. Oh, he won't straighten out. I don't want to hurt him, but I'd like to show you him. There you go. Funny old creatures. The bullace. So strong. So strong. I mean, even if you try and get them straight, they won't have it. Oh, there we go. Just ridiculous. Oh dear. Cool little fish. Bit different, I suppose. Another little bream on here, I think, guys. Little rattle. Off it went. Felt it. Struck it. Oh yeah, actually. Might be a bit bigger than I first thought. Oh wow. Oh wow, guys, that's not a bad bream. It's a lovely black bream. About a pound. Yeah, they're gorgeous fish, aren't they? Absolutely stunning. Thought that was a little bit bigger once it had started to fight a little bit. Tide's sort of slowing down a bit now, and I'm wondering maybe that's helping the fishing. I don't know, but let's get another bait out there and see if we can get a couple more. It'd be nice to get a big one. Right on the red rod, guys. Cracking bite on the red rod. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's come up again, has he? Oh, unbelievable. 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 Oh, there's a little bit of action now. Can't believe I slipped a little bit on the pull. I didn't set the hook properly. Well, that's good. We've had a couple of bites now on the bigger baits, so fingers crossed it's starting to look up a little bit. Fingers crossed. Right, well, thank you for watching today's video. Sorry it wasn't absolutely prolific. I would say if I was going to judge the day, it was probably steady but with quiet periods. You know, we had some action at the beginning with the eels. We had a couple of bites here which just didn't materialise. Then we had a bullace, and we had another bullace, a slightly bigger one. We had some nice bream. a few scad, a few mackerel, you know, bits and bobs, but nothing really major. Alderney ring has gone on at the front, the boys in the water, so we're ready to lift anchor, go home and get this boat absolutely clean. I've got all my gear which needs rinsing, WD-40 I've got lots to do on the boat, cleaning it down and just making it absolutely lovely for the next trip, because it's yeah, all the bait it's had and all the guts and everything all over it, it's just looking absolutely disgusting. Yeah, it needs to be clean. So actually quite looking forward to the boat clean when I get home, and I've still got my bits and bobs to clean from boat life as well. So thank you for watching again. Have a great week. I don't know when this would have come out. Have a good start of the week or a good end of the week. I hope you've had a good week, and I will catch you up on the next mussel fishing film. Take care guys, thank you very much for watching.